Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the boardroom again. My name is Bob Schwartz, and my partner in crime, Drew Kale. Also, we have today a very special guest from England, Reiner Knizia, and I do want to welcome you, Reiner. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you very much.
Good.
And I'm very happy to be on the show.
Well, not as happy as we are having you. I have to tell you, the game that we're going to show today is a game that you designed probably several years ago, but it's been re-released in this country, and it's called Through the Desert. And we just enjoyed it a lot. And Drew's going to start off with what the basics on the game.
Well, the company is Fantasy Flight Games. 2 to 5 players, ages 10 and up. It takes about an hour to play, which includes teaching. Because like me and you taught a couple people to play. It didn't take long at all.
It worked for us that way every time.
Yeah. Retails for about $37. It's a fantastic game.
Yeah, I knew you liked it. I knew you liked it. One thing that I found interesting in this game is that we played it with 2, 3, 4, and 5 players. We played it every which way. We really liked it a lot with 4 players, probably more than any of them. Reiner, what was the way this was designed? Was it ideally set for 4 people, or was it another number?
When I design games, I usually try to be honest on the box and only put the number on there where I think the game really works. But of course, it needs to have a certain depth for different numbers of players. Sometimes it's very lucky if it works for 2 or not. So what I'm usually aiming at is the game from 3 to 5 player, because that's a very wide circle of different players. And then only relatively far into the design, I will then see if it is also working with 2 players, and will then do some work on optimizing that. And with respect to Through the Desert, I think I was lucky, and I think it is an excellent, I actually think it's an excellent strategy 2-player game.
I was going to mention that Drew and I started, we played the first 3 games with 2 players. It was amazingly good as a 2-player game, and most multiplayer games do not work that way.
It's very true.
Okay, let's start off with a quick overview of the game, and we're going to go to the one person who should probably be able to do this better than anybody, and that would be you, Reiner.
Okay. Well, very briefly, the game is about a lot of camels, and I think a lot of people actually refer to the game as the camel game, and when they see the game and see the 175 camels in there, then they know they have got the right game with this respect. The game really is about placing your initial Bedouin tribes on the big board. You have a big board in front of yourself, which shows a big desert. And you start out by placing 5 Bedouin tribes or starting points on the board. Each player does that in different colors. So not a player plays a different color, but the camels have different colors. And that's the starting point. And then you are essentially facing one dilemma after the other. Because what you try to do is you try to reach a lot of different water holes, and the water holes give you points. There are more important locations, which are the oasis, symbolized by palm trees. And when you reach them with your caravan, then you get more points. What you also try to do, and that's the third thing in the game, is you try to use your caravans and place them in a way so that you can actually capture or surround an area of the desert for you alone, and that gives you extra points. How you do that is you simply take camels of the appropriate corresponding color and place it next to your Bedouin, which you started initially. And in this way, you can place more and more and more camels, and therefore expand your caravans into directions wherever you want to go. Of course, you always have to watch the others, because the others will do the same. And as you can't go where they went, you need to be sure to be there earlier and get the best water holes and get to the right palm trees before the others arrive there and cut you off. And of course, you want to look after the individual spaces which you want to capture as well. So there's a lot to do, and it all depends on what the others do. There is no absolute strategy. It's simply trying to make the best out of these different options you can make and get the best point in the end.